I'm going to do a Faber Report. They're not going to. They're going to have to pull me out of here. Look at that face.
Wow.
Don't you want to keep seeing that?
That looks better than any machine I've ever seen. You look better than HP.
Don't know what's going on. Update on the sale process of U.S. Steel. That's what we got for you this morning. Board's going to meet today. U.S. Steel's board is going to meet today, and they are going to go over what I am told by people familiar with the process is a number of bids that are in excess of $40 a share. Now, I'll give you a little more granularity to the extent I have it, but some of it is fact and some of it is in more the realm of I'm not completely certain, so let's call it speculation. What I am certain of is board's meeting today. Multiple bids are in excess of $40 a share. Doesn't mean we're going to get an announcement tomorrow, by the way, from what I'm hearing, because there still could be some back and forth here, as they make their decision, ostensibly, about what represents the best bid for the company. As you see, the stock's moving up a little bit on that. We know there are any number of bidding groups. I've been through them prior. Let me give you a little bit of insight on at least two of them. Cleveland-Cliffs, certainly above 40, from what I understand. Also, Cleveland-Cliffs, remember when they made their original bid and kind of put this company into play, in a sense, when they back in August? It was $35. It was $17.50 in cash, the rest in stock. Composition of said bid, I believe, is similar, though maybe weighted a bit more towards more cash. Again, I'm not certain on price. Into the 40s certainly has to be thought of as a strong possibility. And then also including things that are going to mitigate the risk of antitrust review for U.S. Steel shareholder base. Does that include a reverse termination fee? Most likely it does. Is there going to be some sort of potential divestiture package? I can't say with any certainty, but again, one would have to expect that that might be a part of Cleveland-Cliffs' bid. In other words, desiring to try to basically do whatever it can to take out the antitrust risk for U.S. Steel shareholders and therefore appeal to the board in a positive fashion on that front. As for ArcelorMittal, don't know again there. What I have heard is they had financing that would have allowed them to go up to as high as $45 a share in all cash. That's in the realm of speculation. I don't know it to be a fact, and it doesn't mean that they made said $45 a share all cash bid, but my understanding is they had the ability to and potentially do so, but again, don't have that. I'm putting it out there because I think it may very well be the case, but it's not one of the things I would call facts. So,
it
Jim,
would be so great for Cliffs.
I'm going back here just trying to look at some of my notes. 40% of flat-rolled steel and 60% of auto-grade steel, if the two combined, Cleveland-Cliffs and U.S. Steel. That would be in the U.S., but they would just make the top 10 worldwide U.S. steel producers. It'd be number 10 combined. And so they're going to argue this is not a domestic market. This is a global market. And when it comes to global, we would just be number 10 player, even if we got together for U.S. Steel. What is clear is this is an asset that has attracted a great deal of interest, as we've said throughout the process. The process is coming towards a conclusion, and it does appear that they have significant bids from multiple parties above $40 a share. Again, said composition of those bids, Arcelor thought to be all cash. Cliffs certainly not necessarily all cash, both cash and stock, and some of the others, frankly, not really sure.
Wow. I mean, they would own a lot of the auto market. Jeez, together?
Yeah.
And Cleveland-Cliffs is such a great acquirer. When they do it, they really get rid of everything that doesn't work. And the stock is worth, I don't know how much it will be Cliffs stock, but those guys are fabulous at what they do. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that they're a tremendous operator. That'd be a great deal for them, David. Great deal.
So we'll see.
Look, I think FTC.
Not sure we're going to get the news tomorrow, but it's got to be coming soon.
Well, FTC might say, listen, they have too much hot rolled steel together for the auto. I mean, Nucor's in there with high end.
Yes.
And then Cliffs is the number one steel producer for the autos. If you put them together with U.S. Steel, they will own a huge amount of the auto market. So I could see some regulator not liking it, but I could see some shareholder love it.
But do you see it as a global market, or is it fairly set a domestic market? I mean, there are certain restrictions.
We have tariffs.
Yeah.
We have tariffs. It makes it so that it's you can't really import cheaper. Look, I think I like Cleveland-Cliffs very much. They've done a remarkable job integrating a lot of steel.
And they'd already reached some sort of agreement with the union, right, of U.S. Steel ahead of time.
They're good to go. Nucor doesn't want it. Nucor runs a different kind of mill. But I think this is really worth watching, David, because it would be a colossus, even though we say top 10. But the other ones, we don't subsidize our steel like so many other countries.
Right.
Like the Chinese steel.
Right.
I mean, what don't they subsidize?
No,
Richemont watches.
They're involved in a lot.